Hello again. We are doing another vlog for Brad Jones's show, The Reviewers. Yeah, doing a vlog series for a show that hasn't had a new episode since 2014. But Doug Walker did the Avatar review, so anything's doable. But anyway, we watched the second episode, Shooting Space. And the plot for this episode is, it takes about a year after the original Reviewers short film, which was when they made the second episode, about a year later. And it's about Jeff and Andy, Jake Norville's character Jeff, Andy played by Brian Lewis, arguing over who gets to shoot in the basement of their house. And just going at each other. I hate using the term, but I guess you could say it's a little bit of a filler episode. Like, it's nothing vital, really, just showing people bickering with each other.
I can see that. I would agree.
What did you think of the episode?
I enjoyed it. I think I was trying to figure out, like, what it was truly, like, trying to promote and, like, what it was trying to educate you on. But I guess it's just almost was kind of providing more of a backstory of what's kind of going on between the two before it leads into another more meaty episode.
Yeah, I guess you could say it's just about people who live together butting heads. Because there have been cases of movie reviewers who live together. Mm-hmm. Although
or relationships that you have a partnership and then go for.
Oh, that brings up the character Jeff, played by Jake Norville, gets an agent. Like he's at a convention, meets some woman who says that she'll be his agent, and it's just a big scam. She's taking like $200 a month from him and then using it to just buy coke. And the woman who plays the agent, Caroline, she's played by Jillian Zerwowski, who, for anyone who doesn't know, is Brad Jones's ex-wife. And
I forget about that every time.
And Brad himself is in the scene as the dealer.
Yep.
And this has always been a interesting thing. Like, Doug and Brad and a few other people, especially in Brad's group, like, I don't think I told you this, but Sarah, who plays the Michelle character, she and Brian, who plays Andy, they used to be married in real life.
Oh.
They got divorced 1 year before the original Reviewers short.
Yeah.
And Brad and Jillian got divorced actually the same year.
Oh.
And yet, they're all pretty cool. They all still hang out. They all still
work together.
Yeah, they're
them.
Yeah.
Props to you.
Very easygoing group.
Yeah.
And a few months ago, back in August, when they had their fundraising stream for the Jesus Bro movie, Dave talked about how he had a girlfriend in around 2007 or 8 who starred in some of Brad's movies, and she had, before him, dated this other friend of theirs who also acted in Brad's movies. And Dave said, "It's Springfield. It's pretty incestual, but it ends up working out."
So true. That's hilarious. Well, that's awesome that they can work together.
Yeah, everybody just go with the flow, works together, unless Jake's involved.
Yeah.
But anyway, this episode, I guess you could say, falls into the more filler category. But it still had some pretty funny bits. Like, my favorite joke, I guess, in the whole thing would be when Jeff and Andy fight, then they apologize, and Andy's like, "I'm sorry, I don't actually watch your show." What? Like, Jeff just looks like a sad little kid who got a whack in the arm.
Yep.
And the funniest things in this episode were the parts where they're watching other internet critics. All fake, but they're played by real critics.
Yes.
The whole show is just meant to be, like I said, a big parody, having parallels to what it's like to be a reviewer in real life. And the two fake shows we see here, one is called The Sports Injury Critic, with a guy ranking just how severe the injuries on, like, the basketball court are. And he
I'm
goes...
rating the worst one I've ever seen on YouTube as a 4.5.
Is that a real video?
That is a real video. We have to watch it after this.
Okay.
I will happily show you.
Cool.
Guy's leg literally snaps in half.
Ow.
Yeah.
And I love the guy's reaction, the sports guy. He's like, I give this 4.5 out of 5. Boom, shakalaka! And the guy who plays the sports injury critic is Phelan Porteous, I think. Mm-hmm. I can't pronounce his name. Yeah. He's a fucking Canadian. But he used to be, he's not anymore, but he used to be a reviewer on Channel Awesome. He left a few years ago, and not going to go into it, but the parting of ways was not the best.
Darn.
And he's pretty funny. Since he left Channel Awesome, I haven't really given him much viewings. But the stuff he does with Brad Jones and the stuff he did in the past when he was with Channel Awesome is still pretty hilarious. Mm-hmm. He's pretty funny, but if you're bugged by nasally voices, you're probably not gonna get into him. It doesn't really bug me. He's pretty talented, pretty funny, and pretty cute. And the second fake show they watch is called Modern Movie Cynics Through Time and Space. And have I shown you Linkara before?
Yes.
Yeah. The guy is Linkara, and the girl is Louis Lovehog's actual girlfriend, now fiance, Vega. Aww. So yeah, this is them working together, and it's not on Brad's site anymore, but I think someone had a bootleg copy of it put on YouTube, where they showed bloopers for the episode. And Louis and Vega were in, I think, Minnesota when they filmed their stuff, and probably Skyped it to Brad. And Louis, their whole shtick as the modern movie cynics is that they nitpick plot holes and shit.
Yeah.
And Louis says to Vega, I can point out a plot hole right here. We're in the 1940s, and we're a couple. He's white and she's black.
Yep.
And in the bloopers, she was laughing, goes, I love you.
Aww.
Yeah. And, what else? There was something else. What was it?
They did a couple reference to Messiah.
Oh yeah, they do a few callbacks to the Messiah, played by Jared Foyles, and all the stuff you see is stuff from previous videos that had the Messiah character. Mm-hmm. Because in real life, Jared Foyles was no longer part of the cinemasnob.com. He didn't it wasn't on bad terms. Jared had parted ways before due to some rift that there's still no clear word on. But at the end of 2013, he just left because I guess decided it was time to do something new. Don't take my word for it. I don't know all the details, but that's how it comes across.
Yeah.
And that shot you see of Brad killing the Messiah, that's from the Cinema Snob episode where he reviewed Silent Night, Deadly Night. And that episode actually ended with Brad's character killing Jared's character, which was, in a way, meant to be his official send-off.
Mm-hmm. And I was curious, because I was like, why does the Messiah not have his wig? But that's the same character, but he doesn't have a wig.
Yeah, just the unofficial way of killing him off.
Nice.
What did you think of the modern movie cynics? The humor that went into the fake critics.
I thought they were funny. I thought they added comedic relief throughout. I think was Casablanca on that one, or was it the second one?
It was a modern movie cynics.
Yeah, that was. Sorry. I liked their little kind of dialogue.
Just all stuck up and pompous, and I remember now. After hearing Brad vent his frustrations over the show on Twitter, it's pretty clear with the whole talking about them being just a bunch of nitpickers. Brad's modern movie cynic characters are his way of taking a shot at the YouTube show Cinema Sins. Ever seen Cinema Sins?
I have not.
They're a show where they play a movie and scene by scene list off what they see as mistakes, and it's really just a bunch of nitpicks. for any individual mistake. And I love Brad. I love you, man, but I think he kind of misses the point of the show.
Yeah.
Like, the creators admit that they are intentionally nitpicking.
Yeah.
Because that's part of the joke. Like, seeing mistakes from the eyes of someone that takes fault with every single thing.
Yeah.
But Cinema Sins, they're a fun show, but we're here to talk about the reviewers, so fuck off. And I guess if anything big happened in this episode, it was showing just how big the ego of Andy is becoming.
Yes.
Just how he's so sure that he's hot shit, so sure that people love him, but it's hard to... It feels repetitive, but yeah, he just...
Sorry.
You mind if I keep that in?
Sure.
Trying to go for a non-editing style for these type of vlogs. But yeah, he just does not realize
Just get another one, though.
how small he is.
No. With the whole had 20, lost 10 reviewers or followers, excuse me. Yeah. It's definitely getting bigger than his britches.
And what do you think of Jeff in this episode?
Jeff has a sweet spot on me. I feel like he's trying, but just doesn't have any clue.
Yeah, but
like,
he's not as full of himself.
Yeah.
Which makes him a little more likable, but he's also just so stupid.
Yes. I mean, that's what I mean. He just doesn't know what's going on. But
Yeah, and I guess that would be Jeff's biggest fault.
Yes.
And we'll definitely get to talking more about her in the next vlog, but it's very clear Michelle, who in the original short came off as kind of a spiteful bitch, in this one you're starting to see that she's not as bad as you originally thought. Mm-hmm. And the more you see of Andy, the more you begin to realize her hatred of him is not unwarranted. Especially if this is what he's been like for all the years that she's lived with him. I feel like Jeff, and Andy are supposed to have been together for years. And if this is what he's been like the whole time, you'd be like, God damn.
Wake up, dude. I just want to shake him.
Yeah, like, he's so mopey, it sounds horrible, but he's so mopey. He's the kind of person who is so depressed, you just want to beat the shit out of them.
He's very Eeyore-like.
Yeah. Oh, before I stop this vlog, we gotta mention the Rickhead moment in this. At the beginning, they say that with the Messiah dead, people don't know what to complain about. And the Rickhead is complaining about what exactly?
What was he complaining about?
Stuffed crust pizza.
Oh, God, yeah. And the price of it.
And
being $3 more.
He's obviously meant to be a representation of angry trolls, but that argument about stuffed crust actually made a little sense. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, he had to put faggots at the end of it. Just to remind you, the Rickhead.
This is him.
Yeah.
Rickhead.
Just remind you, the Rickhead is not meant to be likable.
Yeah. And
then, I don't remember exactly what he talked about at the end of his, at the end of the second episode. But anyway, the Rickhead's, he's so horrible, but it's hard not to smirk at what he's doing, just go like this, hoping no one sees you laugh.
Agreed.
Till the next one.